Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I want to welcome you to another Cape Conversations. Oh my gosh, a lot going on in the town of Sandwich, and we're going to talk about him today with a very, very nice man. So come along, let's have another Cape Conversation. Hi, everybody. This is Melinda Gallant again, and I am with Randy Harelson. Oh, my golly. Randy, so good to see you.
It's so great to be here, Melinda.
You are doing some fabulous things, and you're a summer resident.
I am.
So
I live
exciting.
in the winter. I live in Louisiana. You'll hear it in my accent.
Really? You're from Louisiana? I never would have thought that. Wonderful accent. It's a very warm and inviting accent. I've been to New Orleans a couple of times, and what a great state. I've been through the state as well, so
yes.
it's a great place. My husband was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana in 1970. It was not one of his favorite places.
No, I don't think Fort Polk is often anyone's favorite place.
No. So, Randy, we're here today to talk about Spring Hill and all the history and what's going on. And so what's going on?
Well, what's going on is that this Saturday, we are having Spring Hill History Day, the very first time that the Spring Hill National Historic District has had a full tour of Spring Hill.
Fabulous.
And it's been a National Historic District for 12 years. It was put on the National Register of Historic Places in 2010. And it's quite wonderful. It's a very important historic part of Sandwich. As you know, Sandwich was founded in 1637.
Right.
And Spring Hill and the Quaker meeting in Spring Hill was founded in 1657, just 20 years after the town began.
So explain to me why this year. Was there a reason? Was it because it's X number of years?
Yes, there is a reason.
Okay.
And that is that 2 years ago, the Friends, that is the Quakers, who still worship at the old 1810
and you worship
Quaker
there too, right?
House. I worship there in the summer when I'm here for my 4 months.
Right.
I actually live on Quaker Road. I walk to church on a Sunday morning.
Nice.
And we were very aware that our building, being 220 years old, was in need of some restoration. The windows needed puttying and painting.
Sure.
We needed a new roof, a new cedar shingle roof. We just needed a real restoration. That costs money.
Yeah, a lot of money.
So I spent the time to write a grant proposal for the Town of Sandwich Community Preservation Act funding. That is monies that are put together from our taxes, from the taxes of people in the town.
Right.
And they are used specifically to help preserve the final buildings of historic Sandwich. Well, we were very happy we got the grant. And last year, we had the restoration entirely done. So we have a new roof, the windows, which, by the way, are 222 years old.
And they're real glass.
212 years old.
So they're real glass.
The original glass is still in many of those windows. They still move up and down on their own volition. It shows the difference in building then and building now.
I was going to say.
It's quite remarkable. So it was done. So we always said, when we finish that restoration, we want to open the meeting house for the townspeople to come and see. They don't have to come worship with us. They're very invited to every Sunday. We meet for worship at 10 a.m. every Sunday, and we are always open to visitors. And we'd love to have visitors. But this time, this Saturday, from 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, the meeting house will be open inside and out, with refreshments even for the townspeople to come and see and learn more about the history. In fact, I'm sure you know historian John Cullity.
Of course. Who doesn't?
Exactly. Who doesn't? He's just such a treasure in Sandwich. John will be at the meeting house to give a history talk at 10, 11, and 1:30 in the afternoon.
Oh,
He's
nice.
going to give his talk 3 times, so you have 3 chances to come and hear him. 10, 11 and 1:30.
Excellent. And then, so where else can you go? I mean, I've got a little map here, and they're going to put this map up. But tell me,
it's just so fantastic because Spring Hill, for people who don't know Spring Hill or have never paid attention, they don't realize there really is a hill in the middle.
Right.
And so the old 6A, which is the old Kings Highway, is the south side of Spring Hill. If you turn on, like if you start at Greenbrier Jam Kitchen, which is in the Spring Hill National Historic District. If you start there, that's one of our tour spots. And you turn to go toward the town of Sandwich, you'll take an almost immediate right on Spring Hill Road. And Spring Hill Road goes all the way around the hill. So let me tell you the sights. As you're on Spring Hill, first, Dr. Shirley Cross's family home will be open that day, very generously opened by Dr. Cross's son, Tim, and his wife, Susan, who are going to greet people and tell them about the old house, which was originally one of the Nye family houses.
Wow.
But Dr. Cross and her family bought it, her husband and family bought it. And that's where Tim grew up.
Oh my goodness.
So he's sharing this.
Yeah.
The next stop is Shirley's Woods, and it's named for Shirley Cross because she gave it to the Sandwich Conservation Trust.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
To save it in conservation, as conservation land.
Sure.
That will be open with the caretaker of the conservation area, Steve Toluntzis, who will be there to answer questions, show people how to go through it. Then if you continue down Spring Hill Road, past some beautiful antique houses.
Oh, there's a lot of them down in there.
It's a very beautiful area. And views of the salt marsh and Cape Cod Bay through the trees. If you come around, now you're on the north side of Spring Hill, Wing Fort House.
Oh, sure. And that's very famous.
David Wheelock, the caretaker and historian, will be giving tours all day.
Oh, nice.
And the Wing family is having its family reunion this weekend.
Wow, that's great.
And so there'll also be Wing family members for you to meet.
Sure.
And happy to talk about their family. It's a
Right.
huge family.
Right.
And people come not only from all over the country, but really from all over the world, because there are a number of Wings who live abroad, and they many times come
back.
for the family
Sure.
reunion held once a year.
Sure.
Then, after the Wing Fort House, you might want to take a little drive up Juniper Hill Road to
Sure.
see one of the spring-fed ponds that is still at the top of the hill.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't even know it was up there. I've lived here 40 years, and I didn't know it was up there.
Amazing. Well, it's why it's Spring Hill, because there's actually a spring
up
at the
there.
top of
Oh
the
my
hill.
gosh.
So take a look at that and then come on back down and continue in the same direction. The next stop is the Blueberry Bog.
Oh, sure.
Now, a lot of people know the Blueberry Bog
I know the
because it's a
Blueberry Bog.
pick-your-own blueberry
Right.
farm run by Steve Tlumpsis and his wife, Sally Winings.
Mm-hmm.
And Sally will be there to answer questions and show people. It's wonderful little farm with 475 blueberry bushes.
Are those like heritage blueberry bushes?
They
They've been
are.
there forever?
They are. They've been there
those?
since right after World War II.
Is that right?
And Steve and Sally have owned it since 1984.
Wow.
So they're very dedicated to their little business and
Yeah.
to preserving the history
Sure.
of Spring Hill.
Sure.
They're a very important part of this. And so
Sure.
we're delighted they're on the tour.
Right.
Continue from the Blueberry Bog on down Spring Hill Road, and you'll see the little turnoff for Quaker Road.
Right.
Turn on Quaker Road and you'll see the signs for the meeting house. And you can go up and park at the meeting house. The meeting house will be open inside and out. Peg Fawcett will have her Sandwich Quaker Info Center open upstairs, which she's working on it, but there's quite a lot of information in there already posted and laid out for people. The second burial ground is really beautiful with its gravestones and trees and just gorgeous.
Now, why is it called the second burial ground? Where was the first?
The first burial ground is down the road, and that's going to be open too.
Oh my gosh.
That is almost never open. In fact,
Really?
there are Quakers who've never walked into the first burying ground.
Oh my
and
gosh.
That's because it's owned by the Quakers, but it's entirely surrounded by private land.
Oh.
So Sierra Bainbridge and John Morrow, who own that land, are going to open it that day and open their beautifully restored Clark Hoxie house.
Wow.
And that's a new renovation. In fact, 3 of the buildings you'll see are freshly renovated. And
does that include yours?
Restored. No, actually, and I guess I could include mine because ours is pretty freshly restored 6 years ago. But the Clark Hoxie house just finished this year, actually.
Oh, wow.
And the Cross house also just finished maybe at the end of last year.
Wow.
So it's very exciting. And the gardens are beautiful right now.
Oh, yes.
And one of the things I think is so much fun about it, Melinda, is that it's all the real people who are doing this. There are no reenactors.
Right.
You'll meet the real Quakers.
Well, see, you're from Louisiana. They do that down there. They have reenactors.
That's true. Well, yeah, that's true. Well, they have them at Plymouth Plantation.
Oh, I guess they do.
Here.
That's what they do. They do.
But who you're going to meet on Saturday is the real people, the Wing family, the Crosses, Dr. Shirley Cross's son, the folks who run the Greenbrier Nature Center and Jam Kitchen.
Nice.
Janice Dill is the gardener who takes care of the wildflower garden today.
And
she'll
Greenbrier.
be there to talk about
Nice.
Dr. Cross.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it's $10, right?
Yes.
And it's open from 9 till 3, which is great. And where do they pick up tickets? Anywhere and pick up a ticket?
You can pick up a ticket at Greenbrier Jam Kitchen, Wing Fort House, or the Quaker Meeting House, or Scenic Roots Garden Center, or Titcomb's Books.
Oh, nice.
So there are really 5 places you can get tickets. And they're $10 per person, and that money will be shared equally among the 4 nonprofits.
Oh, nice.
And those are Greenbrier, the Sandwich Conservation Trust, the Wing Ford House, and the Quaker Building Preservation Fund. It will not go to the religious work, it'll go to the building preservation.
Right.
Which of course is what the grant monies went to.
Sure. So there aren't many Quaker meeting houses. I think it's the only one on the Cape, isn't it?
No, there are 3.
Oh, there are 3.
3 on the Cape.
Is there one down in Falmouth?
There's one in Falmouth and one in Yarmouth.
I didn't know about the one in Yarmouth then.
And all 3 still have regular worship.
That's great.
Melinda, the most amazing thing is that Sandwich Friends Meeting is the oldest continuously worshiping Quaker meeting in America.
Really?
It predates Philadelphia. When
I didn't know
William
that.
Penn came
Wow.
and brought his Quakers with him to found what turned out to be Pennsylvania. We predate by almost 20 years.
That's amazing.
And so this is really the very beginning of Quakerism in America.
That's amazing.
And when it started, it was illegal. The Puritan government did not allow other religions to worship.
They came here to be religious free, and then they
Yes.
became totalitarians.
Rather human.
It's very human.
nature.
I have a question for you. So I have a niece and her husband who was born in Jewish, and she was born Methodist,
yes.
for lack, and they are now both Quakers.
Wonderful.
He became a Quaker when he was in college, and they married, and then they had a Quaker service. What is the difference? Do you know, though? Obviously you do, because you're a Quaker. What makes the Quaker religion so special?
So
and it just
open.
It's open.
It is open. We actually do not have a creed.
Really?
And that's different from almost every other Christian denomination. We do not have a creed. We live by what we call our testimonies, which are simplicity, peace, integrity, community, equality, and stewardship. Those are our 6 testimonies. We live by those, and we believe in the importance of personal integrity and living out what we believe in.
Sure.
Not forcing that on anyone else. But one of the reasons that a Jew and a Methodist might together come to Quakerism is that Quakers look for that of God in everyone. A little aside about Quakerism that I love was William Bartram. The first botanist in America was John Bartram. His son, William Bartram, is very famous for first doing a tour, a walk through the South, starting in the Carolinas, coming all the way to Louisiana. And he wrote a book called Travels. And it was about the plants, animals, and people that he encountered. And he was really one of the first Anglo-Americans to look closely at the Southeast. He had wonderful luck in befriending the Indians and wrote intimately about the Indians. And one of the reasons was because he didn't think of them as savages.
Sure.
He looked for that of God
the human.
in those human beings.
Right.
And they saw it immediately.
Right.
They called him the flower hunter. They were very proud to be friends with him.
Sure.
And that's an example of where the Quakers come from.
And have you been a Quaker all your life?
No, I haven't. I've only been a Quaker about 5 years officially.
Really?
But I think that when I was first exposed to Quakerism, I was 17. And I think I immediately knew that it was right for me. And I adopted many of the attitudes and the testimonies, actually.
Sure.
But it was only just a few years ago that
you
I
said, I'm going to
make
the dive, right?
Yes.
And what did you do in your former life, or did you not? Perhaps you're just fabulously wealthy. You never had to work.
No. I actually, I'm a teacher originally and taught and worked in museums.
Oh, nice.
And from museums went into public gardening and worked at a public garden that you may know in Bristol, Rhode Island, Blythewold.
Oh my gosh, I've been there a million times.
Well, I was the assistant horticulturist and designer at Blythewold
back
in the 1980s.
Oh my gosh.
And I moved to Florida, started a nursery, which I ran for more than a decade, and then left Florida to come back to Louisiana. I found another 200-year-old house.
Is that right?
In New Roads, Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I live in the winter.
Oh, that's
funny.
nice.
I just love history and
historic
houses and gardens.
Yeah. Well, Blythewold, oh my goodness, I swear I've been there a million times.
Oh, yeah. So
I have my oldest son and his family live in southern Rhode Island, but sometimes we'll meet in that area, from the Cape coming down and all of that.
Great.
So it's such a beautiful spot.
It is.
So again, it's this Saturday.
Yes.
And it's from 9 to 3.
9 to 3. And you can go anytime. You can go in the morning or the afternoon. Something I think might be fun is to go in the morning do a couple of sites, go get lunch,
right,
come back, do a couple more sites.
Sure,
just
sure.
Very easygoing. There's the only things that are the only thing that's timed is John Culleby's talks.
Right.
10, 11, and 1:30.
Right.
And I would recommend everybody try to get to one of those.
But there'll be other people. Knowledgeable. It's unbelievable.
He's so knowledgeable. And there'll be other people talking about history and able to answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
So no problem.
Excellent. So go ahead.
And remember, tickets are available ahead of time at Greenbrier Jam Kitchen, Titcomb's Books,
and Scenic Roots.
And Scenic Roots.
Excellent. So is this a plan that if it goes well this year, you'll do it again? Or are you going to do it again? I mean, how many are there people working on this?
Oh, it's probably 24.
Really? Wow.
Working on it. We have the folks from the nonprofits, and then we have a lot of volunteers.
Oh, great.
And probably we have 12 people just at the Friends meeting.
Is that right?
Yes. And there will be refreshments at various places.
Sure.
And a lot of friendly folks who want to see you.
Sure. So the Friends Meeting House, though, you said it's open. What size congregation do they have now?
Well, I think we have about 36 members.
Mm-hmm.
Like yesterday at meeting, we had just under 20 friends attending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was very large 100 years ago.
Oh, I bet.
Yes, or 150 years ago. Like all formal religions,
right?
The numbers have
right.
But I'm not sure that'll always be for Quakerism. I think we may see.
Well, I think it's because it's more open.
Yes.
You know, and you sit men on one side, women on another.
No, we all sit together.
Okay, so I don't know why old Quakerism.
Quakerism did divide the meeting house into a men's side and a women's side.
Right.
But that's not done anymore.
No. Well, it's nice to know that you caught up with that.
Yes, indeed.
So,
but even when it was separated, women were always equal.
No, I knew that.
And women
I knew that.
Were always just as important in worship.
There's no minister as
Correct.
Such. You stand up and
correct.
Do testimony or talk about whatever you want to talk about, right?
George Fox, who founded Quakerism in about 1650, only 7 years before this meeting was founded in Sandwich. Is that amazing?
Yeah.
George Fox created a sort of format in which he didn't undo the pastoral side of religion. He undid the laity. Everyone became pastoral. Every friend has an equal place in at the top.
Sure.
Of delivering the message and living by the testimony.
Well, I just find it very interesting. And I think to know that there's a place like this in Sandwich that has all of the history inside the building, which you'll be able to see part of that.
That's right.
On Saturday would be, be fascinating.
And meet the real people who do worship there.
Yeah.
A lot of us will be there.
Well, you all look so friendly, so that's a good thing then.
And we're alive and well.
And you're alive and well.
I had a comment from someone once who, when I said I was a Quaker, she said, I didn't think there were any Quakers anymore. And I said, no, you're mixing us up with Shakers. There are very few Shakers left.
Right.
But
there's a whole different reason for that.
Yeah. But there are actually quite, a few 100,000 Quakers left in the world.
Right.
And we are all over the world.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, Randy, I think this sounds so exciting. I'm going to try to get there for sure. I do. I when you have a knee replacement, you just don't know how the day's going to go.
Right.
And mine's getting better, and I'm very lucky, and I had a great surgeon, and it's all good. But man, oh man, it's hard stuff. So.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Melinda, in that you will be fine on this because you can
park and go
at
in
each of 4 different places.
Nice.
And take short walks, but you don't have to be on your feet for too long.
Right.
But if someone wanted to,
They could take
the whole area is only 2 miles around.
Oh, that's great. So you can walk the whole thing.
Exactly. So
Right.
a walker, a hiker might want to park in one place and then
Right.
do the whole
hike
the whole
I want to
Spring
see
Hill.
Juniper Spring because I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah. That's
So,
the pond
after
at
40
the top
years.
of Juniper Hill Road.
Right. I would love to see that because I haven't. I mean, I never
Wonderful.
knew. So thank you so much. So this is this Saturday, Spring Hill History Day. What a great name. And it's Saturday, June 25th, right?
That's right.
And it's from 9 to 3. And you're going to be there.
I
So
am.
this friendly face will be here. So wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melinda. This is great.
You have a great day.
You too.
Randy Harelson from Louisiana here in the winter. So he's one of our fine summer residents, and we love our summer residents here on Cape Cod. He and dozens of other people who live on Spring Hill, all the nonprofits up there, are doing a big, exciting history day for that area, which includes the Quaker Meeting House. Going to be very exciting. I'm so glad he came in to talk with us today. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you on another Cape Conversations.